Unity evangelists teach people to bad practice like hard code referencing and cross-referencing, tight coupling, and loose organization. Let's redo the space shooter game by use of advanced reaction techniques. Observable is something that can be observed. For example, player made hit event, or score value has changed, or player ships made collision with asteroid, or input air was pressed. Let's first move user interface out of game controller logic and break tight coupling. We will remove all references to all UI elements and functions that directly change content of UI. We will also remove hardcode referencing of game controller inside collision handling component used in asteroids, enemies, and projectile. Let's create new game object and add new component observable dispatcher. It is kind of singleton class that will manage all observables. It is good to set script order so observable dispatcher be executed before every other script. That make possible observing player hitting target with different score values per target. We'll make new class player doing hit observable as subclass of Unity observable with one argument, score. Now after we create observable, we can observe. Our game controller will observe when the player did hit and handles that hit. In destroy by contact script, collision is handled and evoke action that player hit something. We'll create another observable so score change can be observed. New script Unity interface mediator would observe for score change and would apply those values to score text UI element. Score change will be announced in game controller script. This way we have decoupled collision logic from game logic from user interface. But there is more decoupling to be made. As we can see, player collision is referenced in every use of destroy by contact component, meaning that, for example, for one entity, asteroid, explosion of other entity player is instantiated. Also, life of other entities controlled. We will move player explosion to player model and create new observable, hit happen. So hit will be observed. Destroy by contact components host game object would just notice collision and announce that hit happened, without knowing what would happen with other game object with which collided. Any entity interested to hit happen would observe and handle hit happen. Player will subscribe its observer through editor to hit happen observable and would instantiate explosion and self-destruction when hit happened. Bolt shot from player's ship through its mediator would dynamically subscribe to observe hit happen and self-destruct itself after. We will also remove subscription before destroy. Boundary should also invoke hit happen action, so subscribe observers would destroy game objects leaving the scene. Subscribe enemy ships and bolts to event when they are out of scene and destroy them for homework. We will add one more observable for observing game over state. Player being hit would invoke game over action. There are two subscribers, the game controller and the user interface. Game controller will react on game over action and will stop spawning asteroids and ships, while user interface would show game over and press R to restart text. Let's shoot some Unity rocks!